What's up, y'all? And welcome to Therapy Festival, hosted by yours truly, K Twan. I know some of y'all may be asking, why is your podcast name Therapy Festival and it's only you here? and That's because the time is not right to open a platform to other people, to share this platform, to speak their truth, their hurt, their pain. Because I got to start with me. And today, I'm going to start at a place that really just towed me up, slowed me down in life. I took a big hit, man. And the hit I took was called divorce. And so, I did talk about myself growing up as a child, to give you guys a little bit of background. Of course, it's kind of hard to obviously give you every single detail, meaning years, decades of information into minutes. So what I am going to do is, I'm just giving you guys nice chunks. I'm trying to be as detailed as possible. And one angle that I want to start at is it's at a place where this was like more so like when I first started doing photography and video. I was probably like 4 or 5 years in the game, and I used to stay in Lake Nona at the time, and I was just really in a place of trying to figure out, myself. I was getting into God more. I was trying to understand God more, and actually I had come to understanding a lot more about God at that time. And it was honestly a very healthy place for me because, that's probably the most important thing in life ever that a person can figure out and get more understanding about. And so basically I was staying with my mom at the time, and that was when I was broke at this time. And when I mean by broke, I mean like I had a slow season in photography, which happens all the time. I did not know about LLCs at the time. I was just had a camera calling myself, naming my business, but I wasn't officially a business according to the government. But in my own eyes, I was running a business. And at this time, I was doing $35 photo shoots. And so I did $35 photo shoot, man. And, I was trying to get, just shoots come in, get some quick money right quick, build a portfolio, add some more stuff to my arsenal, my portfolio, post that, and then take my price back up again. Because it's a slow season, at least for me, because I didn't know about how to do certain things at the time. So fast forward, I get a photo shoot, and I get a photo shoot inquiry, and this inquiry was a young lady who needed a shoot, and so she paid a little measly $35, that I was charging at the time, and she came in, we did the shoot, and when we did the shoot, right before we did the shoot, she prayed. And that's what stood out to me. And this is why I started to pursue this young lady. Nobody I ever did that before. I thought it was unique. I was already questioning in this world, like, ain't nobody out here even trying to live right, trying to do right, got any morals and all that stuff like that about themselves. And so I decided to pursue her. I didn't even know how to pursue her because I had been such in a very secluded place at that time. I was I mean, when I tell you I was like secluded, I mean, I was not going nowhere. I ain't been. I was like, I wasn't going nowhere. Because I was locked in, man. It ain't make no sense to go nowhere when I'm trying to build something. And so, meaning I didn't know how I wasn't flirting with girls like that. I did my little whoop de woo, but I wasn't looking for nothing serious. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't trying to like what they call spit game and all that there. Like I ain't know how to spit game. I just know how to be real, and that's it. And so, I even told my mom at the time and my little cousin, I was like, man, I think I done found my wife, man. I think I done. And I was like, I don't know what to say though, mom. I don't know what to do. I don't even know how to I don't know how to approach her. I don't know what to say. She was like, just be you, be real. And I was like, okay. And me at the time, I was too honest, and I didn't know better. I didn't know that I was being too forward, and so and basically what I did was basically I asked out on the date and fast forward, boom, you know, started dating whatever, and while we started dating and all that there, um, I was doing my part trying to get to know her and things of that nature. I communicated her, and the only person I ain't trying to have no more friends. You know what I'm saying? I was like, hey, I don't need no friends. Like I'm the next woman I'm with, I'm trying to marry. You know, and fast forward, we didn't have sex for the first year. Unfortunately, it did end up having sex after that. Um, Fast forward, it was like 2 years in. She kept questioning me about when we're gonna get married and all that there, and any man know, just the question alone is just pressure. And I was always like, I don't know, but not right now because I ain't ready. You know what I'm saying? I ain't in the position I need to be in. I want to own land. I want to, not be living with my freaking mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? And she kept asking, and one time she asked again, and I told her the same thing. I'm like, and then she was like, "We'll figure it out, baby." You know. Once I did that, once she said that, it was like my heart was like, "Oh." It's like, "Oh, that's so sweet that she would say that." You know what I'm saying? It make me want to go forward with it. And fast forward, K Twan went forward with it, even though I said what I knew to be true, but I was so quote unquote googly in love with her. You know what I'm saying? And and then boom, got married. So now I'm gonna fast all the way forward, man, because got married. I was married for uh 5 years, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 4 to 5 years. And man, that thing took a hit on me, man, so bad. Because one thing I didn't notice at the time, and it took me, I don't, obviously going through the divorce, I realized that wow, I chose this girl out of loneliness. I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't process that at the time. I wasn't around nobody, for real. I was in my own world just working. I didn't have really no connection with nobody outside of my homegirl. And we was cool, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't really like, I didn't have no connection. Like I wasn't really like, yeah. So yeah, let me just go through the whole story. I'm sorry, I'm trying to really like process how to even say this because it's kind of like I don't even know where to start sometimes. So when I got married, everything was cool. I moved out my mama's house because one of the reasons I got married because I was like, man, I don't know if like, I'm like I didn't feel like I was ready at all. But I was like, well, maybe this is one of the situations was like, God just trying to push me out the nest and get me out the nest, and this is how my journey is. It's not the way that I thought it would be. Even my boy had told me that, bro, he told me like when it was too late though, but he had told me like, hey, bro, you don't need to stay with no girl, bro, until you make sure you get everything, you do everything in your name and da da da, and I didn't do that, at all. But I went forward just thinking like everything was gonna be, like it is what it is. I had an all moment, and she said, "We down, we're gonna do this together," and that's what I did. And so I went forward with her. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that that's what it was gonna be. And fast forward, man. Uh, everything was hunky dory. But then I started like to, just see certain things. Because of me myself personally, let me just express this that I like gave so much of myself, like meaning I poured out who I am to that girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, to that woman, excuse me. I poured out myself. I really, because I'm an honest person. I'm an open book. Hence why I started this podcast. Uh, and of course, that's not good all the time, obviously, right? But I did. I was very open. And that's how I grew up. My mom, I grew up, with a woman, so I guess she helped me to be that way. And and as the only child, I don't really got nobody, got nothing to prove to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I was just real with myself, So I was just saying, it, you know what I'm saying? Like I told her all my struggles. I told her everything. Like I told her literally into the 90s, like 90% wise. You got 100%. I went into the 90s with her. Just being honest, because that's who I was. I ain't nobody to talk to at the time either. So I was just pouring it all out to her. You know what I'm saying? And just giving it all. Like this is who I am. And I didn't recognize it at the time fully. I did, and I would talk to her about it, but I wasn't getting that in return at all. And so the fact that I wasn't getting in return, did not even phase me at the time because I was just like, okay, it's okay, you different, and I'ma just, take, I'm willing to understand a little bit more about as we keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like this is marriage we're talking about here. We're married already, and I went into marriage with that type of mindset. Talking about it now, like, it's crazy. Like no way, and would I ever do that again? And so went forward, man, and just all faith, man. Just like, hey, I feel like this is that. I had a feeling at the time I couldn't shake. I was like, wow, I had this feeling when I first met this girl. Like, I guess excited. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen that in a while, so I thought it was just gonna be I thought this was it, and so like I said, I was just, I poured myself out to her, and in the midst of doing that, I didn't realize certain things about myself. I didn't realize certain things that, well, obviously, I didn't realize that, wow, like, she's not giving me, all of her or a nice amount of her, and here I am. I would assume that by me as a male doing that, that it will be respected um, enough to actually share that much with me, or at least close to it. But that was not the case at all. But I didn't see it as a problem in the beginning. Okay, so fast forward. I'm gonna fast forward all this stuff, right? Because some details in here, Um, I going forward with it all, it was very frustrating. I started to realize certain things about her. I started to just get way more understanding, like not understanding, but just start to peep, like, little things. But I still was willing to love past those things, a family, all of that. I'm like, nobody got a perfect family, I'm thinking about all these things, but it was always a problem with it, it was always a problem with the family. It was all some type of ruckus. It was, her mom hit me in the beginning, because of her past traumas and things that nature. It was a lot of things that had happened, a lot. Um, at one point, in the marriage, which was closer to the end, I had